Hey guys, it's Ariel Sorio Fitness, and today we're going to be talking about setting up your macros for bulking. Let's get started. So first we have to figure out how many calories you have to eat in order to maintain your weight. Not go up, not go down. Let's go. So in order to maintain, I usually have a scale that ranges from 14 all the way to 16. So 14, 15, or 16. So people who would be in the 14 section is anybody who is sedentary. "15" is anybody who is average, or most people. And then 16 is anybody who is very active in their day-to-day life. So the weight that we're going to be using for today is someone that would weigh 180 pounds. So if you're watching this video and trying to set up your macros, just insert the information according to your individual stats, so like your own weight, how active you are, things of that nature. And the character that we're going to be using today, his name is going to be Big Swole. Alright, so for someone that weighs 180 pounds, and we're going to be using 15 because that's average, so it's most people. 180 times 15 equals 2,700. So that's 2,700 calories to maintain your weight, give or take. Now, if you wanted to bulk up, this is where it gets a little bit different. So we have 2,700 calories, right? Since we're going to do a lean bulk, we're going to add 250 calories to this, because this is a starting place, which is the 250 is going to be the daily caloric surplus, which brings the total calories to 2,950. Alright, so let's continue. So 2,950 calories is the necessary calories to bulk. So now let's get into protein. So for protein, I like to use a 0.8 to 1.0 scale. So 0.8 is anyone that is generally not a fan of protein. And the 1.0 is what I personally recommend for most people. The 1.0 is what we're going to be using for the sake of this video. So again, like I mentioned before, 180 pounds is the weight of Big Swole. So 180 times 1.0, which obviously is 180. So this is 180 grams of protein. So in 1 gram of protein, there's 4 calories. So we're going to do 180, but this is no longer 180 pounds. This is 180 grams of protein times 4, because there's 1 gram of protein and 4 calories, which equals to 720 calories. So now let's get into the fat. So for fat, the scale that I like to use is between 20 to 30% of your total calories. Anyone that would be towards the 20% is anyone that would want more carbs in their diet. Anybody in the 30% is anyone that wants more fat in their diet. the starting place that I like to use for most people, and what I personally start out with myself, is exactly right in the middle, 25%. And that's the number that we're going to be using for the sake of this video. So, since our bulking calories is 2,950, we're going to bring that number here, 2,950 times 0.25, because it's right in the middle, which equals to 737.5, which we will round to 738. Now 738 divided by 9 because in 1 gram of fat there is 9 calories. So 738 divided by 9 equals 82 grams. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna round that down to 80, just so we have numbers that are easy to remember, and then that becomes our number for fat. So now let's move on to the last macronutrient, which is carbs, and this is the easiest one since we already did the math for protein and fat. Basically, all we have to do is add the 720 that we got from protein and the 738 that we got from fat. So add those two up, 720 plus 738, which equals 1,458. Now our total calories for bulking was 2,950 minus this amount in order to figure out what we need for carbs. So 2,950 minus 1,458, which equals to 1,492, divided by 4, because in 1 gram of carb there is 4 calories, just like protein. So 1,492 divided by 4 equals to 373, but we're gonna round that to 375 grams of carbs. So our total macros for bulking comes down to 2,950 calories, 180 grams of protein, 80 grams of fat, and 300 grams of carbs. So going back up to the top, the reason why I use 250 calories is for a lean bulk, so that you're not necessarily gaining too much fat, but just a right number where you're gaining muscle but very minimal fat. But sometimes you will have to tweak that number. You're either going to be maintaining your weight or not gaining enough muscle mass. Here are going to be some tips that I am going to recommend. So one tip is going to be to gain 1 to 2 pounds per month. Another one is going to be to do cardio 1 to 2 times per week to reduce the minimal fat gain that you will be gaining. And then lastly is to weigh yourself on a consistent basis. And then lastly, make sure that you are focusing on progressive overload. What progressive overload is that every single workout that you do, you're either adding a little bit of weight compared to what you did the week prior to that, or adding a couple more reps in. That's ensuring that you are gaining more muscle each and every single week. Don't do the same weight every single week because you're staying stagnant there. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought. Leave it down in the comments. Thank you, guys. Peace.